Okay, we're back on the Super Magna. I made me a gas tank. Probably shouldn't do that. Definitely don't use this line. It's already like super soft and nasty because it's falling to pieces. Anyway, but I got a gas tank, so if we get it running, I can cruise a little bit and probably get gas splashed in my face and caught on fire, and that'll make for good YouTube content. Anyway, so I got new fancy, new cheap, I think these were $25 for the pair, clutch and brake master cylinders, the front brake master cylinders. So I want to get this replaced, so hopefully I can have a clutch. I imagine we'll keep these brakes kind of work for now. Probably just leave that. This old rusty busted one is probably better quality than these $20 ones, but then it won't match, so we'll change it eventually. So let's get this changed and bled and see if we can't get our clutch to operate. So I already got this one busted loose here. Take that off. It is nice and gross in there. That's of course completely disintegrated. We'll compare it to our new one. Of course this is upside down. Here, we'll do it like that. I mean, there's some obvious differences, but it looks like the mounting's about the same. It looks like our holes are going to be the same. Yeah, so hopefully this will work. That, smash this dude on here. I wonder how close it needs to be up against. Probably not very. I need to figure out how to tighten this thing down because it moves way too easy. Makes that choke. I got the choke loosened up. I've been doing a little bit of work on it off camera. I got that choke loosened up to where it works now. Then also with my fancy gas tank, got some Chem Tool B12, sucked down into the carbs and let that sit overnight, and then ran it out with gasoline to try and clean those up as much as possible. It'd be nice if I didn't have to rebuild those carbs, because I've searched and searched and searched, and this is such a oddball motorcycle. I guess they only made them for like 2 years. Well, it's hard to find parts, and I've read a bunch of things that kind of contradict each other as to what carburetors are on here or what carb kits work. So I'm hoping we can get those carbs cleaned up enough just by running fresh gas through and a bunch of B12 that maybe I won't have to rebuild them. Hope, hope, hope. Man, that grabs on nice and tight. Oh no. Get that crank down. All right. This. Oh, will it fit over both? Yeah, come on, baby. Get on there. Look at that, like it's meant to be. All right, let's get this opened up, get some brake fluid put in here, and start bleeding. Careful. Oh no! I was gonna say be careful not to get any gunk in there, but just wipe that off on our shirt and it'll be all right. Brand new bottle of synthetic .3 brake fluid. I didn't think .4 existed when this thing was around, huh? Maybe it did because it says .4 on that one. Let's fill it up and then we'll open up the bleed valve, and hopefully we can gravity bleed most of this. Ooh, don't spill. We're gonna bust this bleeder bolt off of here. You should really use actual, you know, what do they call those things? Pipe end wrenches. So you don't mess that up, but it'll be all right. Get that loosened off. Anything happening up here? No. Let's just take it all the way out. Won't hurt nothing, right? Okay. So gravity kind of took over, and I didn't fill it up because I just left that off as I. So we got this full. We got our bleeder valve removed. We're gonna let this thing kind of gravity bleed itself. It's coming up now, see? and that'll get some of that old yucky fluid and PB blast that I put in there out, and then we'll get a good bleed on it. Once in a while you'll see that those air bubbles start going boop 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 as it's kind of bleeding itself. I think we're getting pretty good here. I'm going to screw this bleeder on, then we'll bleed it the old-fashioned way. Alright, so we're going to fill our tank up again all the way to the tippy top. Ooh. Come down here, get this ready. Now maybe you can see them both things. Boop, that and that. Alright, we're going to squeeze this thing down. I'll squeeze it, take it off down here. Oh, yeah, we've got fluid. Got good fluid. Yeah, we just got solid fluid coming out down here, so. Okay, so we got the clutch all bled. Feels like a clutch. Let's see if it'll run with it, or if it works. The most dangerous way possible, I guess. If we can get it to start again. What you want? What do you want? Tell me what you want. Well, that's not promising. Oh, we had something there. I think I'm going to have to rebuild those carbs. Oh, look at that, it's moving though. Oh, moving. Just likes being choked, I guess. This must be the most cold-natured motorcycle in the whole wide world. Well, we obviously got running issues, but we know the clutch works now. We know the drivetrain works enough to push us forward for a second. Well, I jacked that up, tried extracting that adjustment screw, and broke a carburetor. That's just lovely. I wonder if I'll be able to, I don't know, JB weld that or something. I found a set of carbs for this thing on eBay for $390. So don't think we'll be going that route. So we're gonna have to fix this. All right, so let's get this rear wheel off of here so we can start changing tires. I guess my tool collection isn't as expansive as it needs to be, so we're gonna have to use a, you know, one size fits all wrench. I wouldn't suggest doing this if you don't have to, but biggest thing I own is a 25. So I went to everybody's favorite Chinese tool store, bought me an actual 27mm. Now let's see if we can break this loose. Berg. Nice. Nice. All right. Let's get this pinch bolt loosened off. Berg. Berg. And now that we can use our cheater pipe for its intended purpose, we'll get a jack under the middle of this thing and get it held in place so we can start yanking that wheel off. Jack up on the middle here. I need you to pick up the back. I'm gonna whack this thing out of here, hopefully. This little spacer out of here. We've got to wiggle the whole thing to the side. Bump. thing over here to get it off the drive shaft, the splines on the drive side, since this is a shaft driven, not a chain driven motorcycle. Alright, we're off. Sorry, buddy. Finagle her around. Now we got a wheel and tire. Alright, let's get this tire off. Now that we got it off, we got our little tool here. I'm gonna take the valve stem off and let all the air out of the tire. So nice. Smells like rubber. Gently place it down there. Drum is pressed out a little bit still since these are mechanical. Maybe that'll get us off. Maybe that was the wrong direction. Yep, that was it. I'm a big dumb dummy. That doesn't look too bad in there. Plenty of meat left on those pads. Get some brake clean and clean it up. First thing we got to do is break the bead off of this thing. I don't think it's going to be a big enough hammer. I'm going to need to get a bigger hammer. So I'm going to smash it, get the bead broke. Now if you're going to do it this dumb way, which I do not recommend, either get your tires done or get an actual bead breaker. Make sure you don't hit your wheel, because that would suck real bad. You know it? Ow. I did tell y'all I'm not a professional, right? Just a dummy trying to work on stuff. Come on, bro. Come on, baby. There we go. We're off. Nice. Be careful doing this, because, well, don't do it. Smack you right in the face. Doesn't make for a good day. Promise you. There we go. Nice. That one up under there. And then squeeze it on up. There we go. There we go. There we go. Give me my spoon. Eventually, you get to the point you'll be able to just grab it. Yank it off the rest of the way. There we go. It's one side. Start whacking it off. Eventually get to a point where it should just slide on out of there. All right, I'm sure that looked graceful. Let's see if we can't sparkle these up a little bit. Nice. So I got my homemade little shiny wheel here. Took off the center cap. The one side's fake, if you didn't know it. We're gonna got some compound on there, see how well this buffs up, and maybe buff up the rest of this wheel. Try and get some of this corrosion off of it, make it a little prettier. Anyway, she's gonna run it around. Somebody knows a better and faster way to do this, let me know, because I'm always interested in learning new tricks and stuff. Never been big on making things pretty, just making them work. So anyway, I think that looks pretty good. I'm gonna do the rest of this, see how much we can buff it out, pretty it up, and then we'll get a new tire on and get that shoved back on the bike. It's definitely a lot shinier, but I don't know how well you can see on the camera. I don't know what this staining is. I'm assuming that's just some kind of corrosion staining on this aluminum, where I'd have to sand it down to be able to get that out, but at least it's clean and shiny. I'm happy. I need to clean this disgustingness, but I'm probably not going to. Alright, let's get a tire on it. Let's get this brand new, cheapest tire I could find on the internet mounted. Let's wait. Window cleaner here. Lube up these beads a little bit. Slide that on there. Wait. Come on, baby. Ah! Come on, baby. Just come on over to this side. You'll like it, I promise. Get the rest of your bad self on there. Come on, baby. You know what I like. There we go. It is not hot enough today for me to be sweating this much. Hit it with a hammer. So, solution for just about everything. Yay! Quit. Use my belly power. All right, we got it. There's gonna be 2 big bangs on these big seats. Make sure you don't put your fingers in there. Ooh, I'm scared. Oh God. Come on, just do it. Just do it. Oop, there went one. There went the other one. All right, baby. Get this sprayed down and cleaned up as best we can. Get the stab back in there. Get this tire back on, and we'll do the front. Got to undo our pinch bolts here. Unscrew one big nut on this side. Pop out that axle that needs to be cleaned because it's all rusty and yucky. We'll get this off and then get the tire changed. Drop this a little bit back, whack. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, get out. We got this one off.
Oh my god, that was loud.
Was it?
Yeah, very loud.
Yay!
Hello guys, make sure to like and subscribe and comment down if you build something. Bye!
Okay, so I went online. What is that? Found some brake shoes that say they fit this. Oh, let's hope so. Okay, it's looking like they are. Mr. Spring-a-ling-a-ding-dong. Little hammer action never hurt nothing. Look at that. We have our brakes back together. Ooh, there it is. There it is, baby. Nice. Try and put this in carefully so I don't get grease on that pinch bolt where there shouldn't be any grease. Nice. Alright. No grease. Caroline. Bam, bam, bam. Pinch this bolt down. Get it tightened up on the other side. Get that brake stuff put together. Get out of here, mosquito. Look at that. Look like I know what I'm doing. My little homemade gas tank I made didn't hold. So I'll have to come up with some kind of gas tank until we fix the real one or find a new one. I looked on eBay, finally found one, but it was $500 with shipping. And it was all rusty. Like it might have had pinholes that the guy didn't know about. Anyway, so we're probably going to have to take and fix that one, which will be fun. Cut some chunks out, try and weld it up, try and reseal the inside. I should probably put some vinegar or something in there and start letting it soak and eat all that rust. Anyway, let's get this front tire on and go from there. Okay, let's get this bad boy balanced. So we got our shaft here. Ever so lightly lubricated. I'm gonna have to line up some spacers and the speed sensor and whatnot in there when we roll it in. So let's see how it goes. Oh, that's bad. That's real bad. It runs and drives and rides and things, and it does all the stuff. Yay. So we got this thing rideable. I mean, I wouldn't take it cross country or anything, but it drives, it stops. We're gonna have to fix, you know, that carburetor I exploded, things like that. But it rides. Anyway, I want y'all's ideas on like mods, customization, what color we should paint it. You know, I'm not real good with the artsy side of things. I can just fix stuff, you know. So y'all comment down below. Let me know what color. I don't know if we should go red. They had a blue that I really liked in these Super Magnas. I don't know, maybe some stripes. I'm gonna have to put baffles in the exhaust. I kind of want to cut this fender off somewhere over here, and then mount our license plate down here or something. I don't know. Anyway, y'all let me know what you think we should do with it. In the next episode, I'm going to try and fix the carburetor, get this tuned, get it registered and inspected so we can actually drive it some kind of distance. But man, that is super cool, super exciting. Yeah. But yeah, y'all like and subscribe, see what we end up doing with it. Maybe we can get some kind of a trip we can take on it set up, and yeah, maybe see what one of our next projects might be. I don't know. I don't know.